Hello friends, welcome you all in my YouTube channel Engineering Guru 2020. In my last video, I covered internal balancing concept. Today, I am going to cover one more important topic of balancing of single rotating mass by two masses. After watching this video, definitely you will get more knowledge. So please watch all the videos and subscribe my YouTube channel Engineering Guru 2020 for more updates. I am Professor S.B. Nayak, working as an assistant professor at R.N.G. Patel Institute of Technology, Badoli. This is fourth video lecture of subject Dynamic of Machinery. Today I am going to cover another important topic of chapter Balancing of Rotating Masses. In previous lecture I already covered balancing of single rotating mass in same plane. Another method is balancing of single rotating mass in different plane, and balancing of different masses is divided in two types: balancing of different masses rotating in same plane and rotating in different planes. So today I am going to cover balancing of rotating masses in different planes. So another topic of balancing or rotating masses, balancing of single rotating mass by two mass rotating in different planes. So this type of arrangement for balancing give a rise to a couple which tend to rock on the shaft in its bearing. Therefore, in order to put the system in complete balance, two balancing bars are placed in two different planes. In previously method, we already studied single mass in single plane, one disturbing mass with balance with one balance mass. But in this case, we have one disturbing mass, and with the help of two balance mass we balance our systems. So we already know that balancing method two conditions: first static condition and second dynamic equilibrium condition. So in static condition, static balancing, summation of centrifugal force acting on the system equal to 0, then we can call our system is statically balanced. But in dynamically balanced, two conditions: first condition, centrifugal force, summation of centrifugal force acting on the system equal to 0, and second, summation of couple acting on the system equal to 0. If these both conditions are satisfied, then we can call our system is dynamically balanced. So we are try to understand the two mass of rotating in different planes. So for this must satisfy two conditions. Okay, now for two mass rotating different planes, we have two different options. First, the plane of the disturbing mass may be in between the planes of the two balancing masses. This is your first. And second case, the plane of disturbing mass may lies on the left or right of the two planes containing balancing mass. Okay. Now next slide, we will study this first and second types. Now first type, the plane of disturbing mass may be in between the plane of the two balancing mass. Okay, for directly we go through one figure. In this figure you can see that disturbing mass M lying in plane A. So small m is disturbing mass and it is lies on plane A and is to be balanced by two rotating mass M1, M2 and M1 plane L and M2 plane M, and L1 equal to distance between the plane A and L, L2 equal to distance between the plane A and M, and L equal to distance between the plane L and M. So in this type, one disturbing mass and two balancing mass. So disturbing mass M and balancing mass M1, M2. But in this condition, the disturbing mass lies in between the two balancing mass. Then in another figure you can see R1 and R2 to be radii of rotation of the mass in the plane A, L and M respectively. Okay, if we are considering centrifugal force exerted the mass M in the plane, we already know that centrifugal force equal to mr omega square. So simply we can find centrifugal force Fc equal to mr omega square. Same for centrifugal force exerted by mass M1 in the plane L. So we can find Fc1 centrifugal force Fc1 equal to m1 omega square r1. Then similar way we can find the centrifugal force exerted by the mass m2 in plane M. So Fc2 equal to m2 omega square r2. Since net force acting on the shaft must be equal to 0, this is our first condition. So therefore the centrifugal force on the disturbing mass must be equal to the sum of the centrifugal force on the balancing mass. Therefore we can take Fc equal to Fc1 plus Fc2. We already have Fc, Fc1 and Fc2 value. So m omega square r equal to m1 omega square r1 plus m2 omega square r2. So in this we are omitting omega square from both sides. So we can get m into r equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2. This is our equation number 1. Now find the magnitude of the balancing force in the plane L and take the moment about point P. So we can find, we already know that the moment equal to force into perpendicular distance. So take the moment about point P. We can find the moment value Fc1 into L equal to Fc into L2 from the figure. So Fc1 equal to m1 omega r1 into L equal to m omega r L2. So m1 r1 equal to m r L2 by L1. This is our equation number 2. Same, in order to find the balancing force in plane M and take the moment about the point Q, from the figure, we can find the moment at point Q, M2 R2 equal to M into R L1 by L. This is our equation number 3. Now we can observe that from equation number 1 is represent the condition for static balance, but in order to achieve dynamic balance, equation number 2 or equation number 3 must also be satisfied, then our system will be balanced. Now going on second method, when the plane disturbing mass lies on the end of the plane of the balancing mass, so it may be lies left side or right side. So in this figure we can see that M is disturbing mass lies on plane L, and two balance mass, that is M1 and M2. So balance mass lies right hand side of the disturbing mass. So M lies on plane L and M2 lies on plane M. Same R1 R2 is radius of plane LMA. So the following condition must be satisfied in order to balance the system, that is FC plus FC2 equal to FC1, because FC and FC2 is same side and M1 is opposite side of FC and FC2, or we can say M and M2 is same side and in opposite side M1. So that's why we are taking FC plus FC2 equal to FC1. So similar way, put all the values. FC equal to M omega square R plus M2 omega square R2 equal to M1 omega square R. So omit the omega from both sides, then we can get M R plus M2 R2 equal to M1 R1. So similar way, find the moment at the about point P. We can find the value, we can get the equation FC1 into L equal to FC L2 from the figure. So our final equation is M1 R1 equal to MR L2 by L. Similar way, find the balancing force in the plane M and take the moment about Q. M2 R2 equal to M into R L1 by L. Okay, so this is the second case. In first case, when the plane of the disturbing mass lies in between the plane of the two balancing mass, and second case, when the plane of the disturbing mass lies on the one end of the plane of the following masses. Okay, in next lecture I am going to cover third type of balancing mass. If you have any query regarding this lecture, feel free contact me on mail ID hbn.fetr@gmail.com. Thank you.